So hello everyone, welcome to Triaright. This is pack 365. Myself Sujit. So in this session, we are going to learn G function that's available in our Python. So guys, in this session, we are trying to build the logic, how the G function will going to work, what is the different type of example that might be asking in your interview, each and everything we are going to see now. So guys, first we need to understand what is the use case of this G function. So this G function says that it is used to combine two or more iterable. Means if my requirement will be, I want to add in two iterable. Iterable means the collection data type like list, tuple, okay, and the set dictionary, okay. Now if I try to combine, so in that case we are trying to use this G because it will be tried to formatted the pairs by each and every element, and it will return a zip object, okay, because we know that in case of our map function, in case of our filter function also, every time it will be return a object. After getting this object, we are trying to run a loop, or we can say that we can typecast on that, okay. But in case of our reduce, it will be not like that. It will be directly give us the output. So first, I just need to write the theoretical point. Then we are going to try to discuss some example related to this function. Okay. So G function, what it says that it is used to, so it is used to combine, it is used to combine two or more. Okay, so guys, minimum you need to pass two or more iterable. So what is the use of this iterable? Okay, we are trying to build this logic also. So means at least you need to pass two iterable. Okay, the iterable like list, tuple, set, dictionary into pairs means it will be formatting the pairs between the iterables. Okay, after the pairs, how the element will going to combine. So the element are combined element by element. So here I need to pass elements, okay, elements by elements. So here I need to give a space. So element by element, okay. So this is the simply definition of our G function, means it needs to use to combine two or more iterable by into pairs by the help of this G function. Then what is the syntax of this one? So the syntax of this G will be, first you need to pass the G keyword, and it will taking two mandatory argument, means first you need to pass one iterable and the second one will be two iterable. After that, based on the user requirement, you can pass. If I try to pass four iterable also, it's okay. If I try to pass five iterable also, it's okay. But minimum you need to pass two iterable to use this G function in case of our Python. So guys, after G function, it's return. So it's return a zip object. Okay, so it return zip object. Okay, so to see the output, so to see the output, we can use typecasting or loop on that object. Okay, so now we are trying to build this through our example. Okay guys, so come to our VS code. So guys, if my requirement will be, if I try to take name and age, okay, if I'm taking some name, I want to add that particular pairs fund, means the name, if I'm taking Ram, the age will be 25. If I'm taking Sam, it will be taking based on the user requirement. So here first I need to take two iterable. So here I am passing list. Okay, so here I am passing Ram, then here I need to pass Sam. Okay, at last I will be pass Kumar. Okay, so as of now I am finding one iterable, then the next iterable will age. So here I need to pass 25, 30 and 35. So now my requirement will be, I need to combine both the things, and it needs to in the form of our pairs. Okay, so guys, in case of our zip function, it will be taking the two mandatory argument and it will be written in the form of our tuple. Means whatever the typecasting you are doing, but it will be give me in the form of our tuple only, because it will be performing that pair option. Okay, now so in case of our inbuilt function in our Python, every time we just try to print that particular thing. So here also we need to print that. So first I need to pass the function, or we can say that function name. So here first we need to pass the iterable. So now my first iterable will be name and my second iterable will be age. So guys, as of now, if I try to run this one, it will give me a zip object. Okay. So after getting this zip object, we can typecast or we can use a loop on that. Okay. But guys, if I'm trying to run this one, it will be give me in the form of the list. But inside the list, each and every pair will be consist of our tuple data types. I just see RAM 25, Sam 30, Kumar 35, means it will be formatted in our list inside this table. Now if I try to convert it into table, so it will be giving me tuple inside tuple. Guys, just see tuple inside the tuple, means you can typecast. Okay, now if my requirement will be, guys, if as of now my name iterable and the age iterable both value are same, so if my requirement will be, if I am taking the different length list. Now if I try to take the different list, because here it will be taking three elements and this age is also taking three elements. So in that case, it will be pair like RAM 25, SAM 30, because here also three, here also three. Now if I am taking different length, then how it going to happen? Now we are going to see now. So in this case, I'm just trying to take two array, or we can say that two lists. So here I'm passing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then for this B list, here I am passing A, B, and C. Means here the length of this list will be 4 and here the length of this list will be 3. So now if I try to perform this zip, then how it going to happen? So guys, in this case, every time it will be pair the formation with the less length. Means here in the, means the inside the iteration, it will be checking which length will be higher. So in this case, the length higher will be a list, but it will be taking the small list. So now it will be formatted like 1A, 2B, 3C, and for this 4 it will be not generating the pairs. So now here I need to pass the two iterable. So here I am passing two iterable called A and B. After that I want to typecast with my zip object. Now if I'm trying to run this one, so guys just see, so it will give me 1A, 2B, 3C, and for this last one we can say that the result stop are the shortest iterable. Okay, so this is the example related to our zip function. Okay, now if I try to take this zip, okay, now my requirement will be, I want to unzip that particular thing. Means here I am combined, I need to reassign this two structure. Okay, means I need to getting in the form of our A list and the B list. So here we are trying to use our unzipping, or we can say that reversing of zipping, because here we are adding the two combining that two combined iterables. So now we are trying to reverse that particular thing. So how to achieve that, we are going to see now. So here I am writing to reversing, so to reversing a zip function. Okay, so to reverse a zip function, we are using the unzipping. Okay, means here we are trying to unzip. That means it will be combined. As of now, the each element are combined. So now we are trying to divide that particular thing. So how to do that? There will be a syntax. Means the simple syntax will be says that first it will be taking one mandatory argument called the zip keyword, and here you need to pass a asterisk, and here you need to pass zipped. Okay, now if I try to run this one, it will be give me the same output. Okay, so now we are going to try this one. Okay, so here if I'm trying to unzip that particular thing, means I want to find the A and B. So here first we need to take the two variables. So here I'm passing A comma B. After that, here I need to use our unzipping because I need to reverse that particular zip. So here I need to pass that particular argument. So here I need to pass zipped. Okay. After I'm getting this zipped, okay, means here it will be taking that particular A comma B, and here you need to pass that asterisk. Okay, so I need to give some space here. So here I need to pass asterisk and this zip. Okay, so now if I try to run this one, so guys, here if you see, it will be give me error. Why guys, it will be give me error? Here you need to pass the variable name. So here I am passing zipped. So I need to store this zipped value. Okay, so here that's why it will be give me error. Okay, so here I need to store, because if I'm not storing, then how I can access directly, because each and everything will be treated like a object only. So now if I try to run this one, it will be not giving any output. Also it will be not giving error also, because it will be perform the operation and it will be storing each and everything inside the variable. Now if I try to show the output, so in this case we are trying to print the both the thing. So now if I try to run both the things, now the unzipping will be completed. So here it will be give me 1 2 3, and here it will be give me A comma B comma C. So guys, if you see here, everything it will be give me in the form of our tuple, because the pair will be, or we can say that the on reversing it will be formatted in case of our tuple only. Okay, so that's all for this zip function that's available in case of our Python. So now we are going to see a new function that's available in case of our Python. It's called enumerate function. Okay, means what is this enumerate? Okay, how the enumerate will going to work, then which case we are trying to use. Okay, now we are going to see. So guys, in case of this enumerate, it will be already asked in an interview. That's why I need to give you the more clarity on this enumerate. Okay, now guys, in means in the interview, or we can say that in the real time, there might be chance that you can use both the index value and the particular value inside that particular index value. Means I am saying, if I'm taking a list, suppose if I'm taking a list comma 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, now if I try to run a for loop, so for loop in range, so here I need to use that particular, we can say that range function. So it will be generating all the index value. Okay, so now if I try to print the index value as well as the value, then in that case we are trying to use this enumerate function, because this enumerate function is used to loop over a iterable, means this list will be treated as a iterable. Okay, and it will give the both index and value at a time, means you don't need to print that only index value or the value at a time. It will be written both the things. That's why we are using this enumerate function. So first we are trying to discuss the theoretical point, then only we can start the practical, or we can say that example. Okay, so what is enumerate? So it is used to loop over a iterable. Okay, iterables guys means the list, tuple, set, just like that. Okay, and get both index and the value. Okay, means it will be return the index and the value of each element. Okay, means from this each and every element at the same time, means at the same time we can get the index value also, the index position also. Okay, so the syntax for this one will very easy. So now if I try to run this syntax, so this enumerate function, it will be taking two, one means two argument, but one will be most sure that. Okay, so first you need to write the enumerate keyword, then first it will be taking a iterable, because if I'm not passing a iterable, it will be not running that particular loop, guys, right? So if I not running a loop, how you can access the element? And for this start, okay, if I try to specify the index position from 1 or 2, then you can specify. If I not specify, the default value will be 0. So now if I try to specify, so start equal to 0. So this is the simply definition of our enumerate function and the syntax. So now we are going to use that particular function with a example. Okay. Now here if I try to create a list of fruits, or we can say that name also. So I just want to copy all the name. Okay, so now my requirement will be I need to get the all the name, also the index position also. So now guys, we are already see the 5 to 6 function. So now you need to build your own logic, means which case you are trying to use your function, means lambda, map, filter, reduce, then zip, then here also we are seeing this enumerate function. So in this name, if I try to find the index position as well as the value, so in this case we are trying to use this enumerate function. Okay, so this enumerate, guys, it will be run in a for loop, because if I try to print inside a for loop, it will be not possible, guys. Means every time we just need to access that particular thing. If I'm not accessing, how we can find that particular index position and the index value? So here if I try to run that for loop, first I need to run a loop on that. So here I am typing for element in. Okay, so here I don't need to take the range. So here I need to pass this enumerate. So this enumerate will take two mandatory argument, but the first one will be mandatory and for the second one will be not mandatory. So here I need to pass the mandatory argument will be called name. Okay guys, now if I try to print the element, okay, so guys just see, now if I try to run this one, it will be not giving me that particular thing. It's only give me the index position, or we can say that value as well as. Guys just see the index position or the value. Now if I try to use a start keyword here, and I will be specified from 1. So guys just see, it will be start from 1. If I try to again change that particular things, okay, so here if I'm changing to 10, okay, so guys just see here I'm passing changing to 10. So in that case, how it going to happen? So guys just a second, now I just kill the terminal. Okay, now if I try to run this one, it will be starting from 10. Means the starting value, or we can say that this value will be not mandatory. Okay, but this iterable will be mandatory. Okay guys, so this is all about our enumerate function that's available in case of our Python. Okay guys, so now the next function for this session will be, now if I try to, means now we are trying to use the truthy value and falsy value condition. Okay, there might be chance in your interview they might be ask you, I want to check that particular things in a iterable. If every value will be containing true, then only I need to display true. If one value also containing particular one false value, it needs to return a false. So in this case we are trying to use the all function. Okay, so now we are trying to understand what is this all function. So guys, all function says that return true if all element are true. Okay, so this function is return true when all the elements will takes all true value. Okay, means inside iterable, if I taking all the true value and if I try to use this all function, then it will be return a true. If I are containing one false value also, it will be give me the false. Okay, so guys, now I think in the previous session, means in the session 1 or 2, I'll be understanding what is the truthy value and the falsy value in case of our operator. Okay, so in case of my Python, there are 10 falsy value are there, means the default value 0, 0.0, then false, okay, then 0j, then empty string, okay, then empty list, then empty tuple, then we can say that empty set, okay, then we have empty dictionary, okay, dictionary having two, so here also we can use this dic also, okay, so dic function, or we can say that empty dictionary, then we have the none. So these are my false value. If inside iterable, if one element will be taking this value, then it will be give me false. If it will be containing all the truthy value, in that case it will be written true. So now we are trying to use that particular thing. So first I need to commit that particular thing. So I can directly, means if I try to pass, means first I need to create iterable. Inside this iterable, I want to give the all the truthy value. So here I am passing 1, 2, then 3. Okay, so here I need to pass 3. So I need to pass a false value. So here I am passing false. Okay, now if I try to use this all, so how to use that? So it will be directly, you need to create the all, we can say that this will be all keyword, then here you need to pass your values, or we can say that variables name. Now if I try to run this one, so now the all function will be checking each and everything, means this value, the element, if the element will be taking one false value also, it will be give me false. Now if I try to remove that particular thing, guys, just see, now if I try to remove the false value, now again if I try to run this one, it will be give me the true. Means if I want to check the iterable, it will be taking any truthy value or false value, then in that case we are trying to use this all function to clarify that. Okay, so guys, this is all about our inbuilt function that's available in case of our Python. So guys, still if you have any doubt, you can directly contact to Triaright. So thanks for watching Triaright.